Well, this mother and son duo doesn't really know what their powers are capable of. So Agatha all along has finally come to an end, and it was really a weird end. But hey, happy Diwali and happy Halloween to everyone who's celebrating. Now let's get back to the finale of Agatha all along. So I'll just take a moment and I'll be honest about my initial thoughts, my initial feelings after watching the finale, and not even actually after watching the finale, but just after watching that big reveal that it was not Agatha all along, it was actually Billy all along. It was all Billy. The whole road was the showcase of the power of Billy, and he didn't even know it, he didn't even realize it. Pretty much like Wanda. But anyways, after seeing that big reveal, I was like, if you think about it, everything that has happened over the course of all these 8 episodes up until this point in time, it didn't really mean anything. It didn't really account to anything. It didn't really amount to anything other than a couple of things, and always centered around the character of Billy and Agatha themselves. So these were my initial thoughts. These were my first thoughts after watching that big reveal. But immediately after that, when I sat to write down this episode, write down the script of this episode, to just jot down all the bullet points, I realized no, there was actually more to it. There was actually more to the whole story, without really forcing itself too much on the whole multiversal angle in which the whole MCU is actually set in. And the thing was deception. The thing in the writing of this entire series was deception. The writer-director showed us something at the start of the series, then it revealed to be something completely else, completely different, and we were all kind of fooled with it. And the initial feeling that I got is actually a very common feeling after watching this kind of a script, because even after watching Fight Club, some people may think that everything that happened before that big reveal, it didn't really mean anything, it didn't really amount to anything. And this is very organic, a very natural feeling that you get when you watch this kind of a story, or this kind of a story where a deception was actually intended. Now do tell me in the comments, did you also had the same feeling like me? If we keep aside all the secondary characters and only focus on the characters of Agatha and Billy, then you can clearly say that these two characters have actually gone through a very big transformative journey, and they are maybe completely in a different place from where they started at the start of the series. Now, if you look at from that lens, then the series actually makes a lot of sense. And this is the realization that I came to. And do tell me in the comments, did you also have the same realization? But anyways, let's talk about episode number 8 and episode number 9. So episode number 8, I really thought that episode number 8 was actually better than episode number 9, because in episode number 8 we actually got a lot of things that we should talk about. Well, first of all, episode number 8 was all filled with intrigue. Before starting episode number 8, we did know that Rio is dead and she is definitely after Agatha or Billy. And then at the start of the 8th episode, we do get to know that Billy is what Rio is after, and Agatha of course makes a deal with her, which she didn't really go through. No, of course, because she's Agatha, she's a witch. But then at the end, she dies. At the end, Agatha dies, saving Wiccan or Billy. And we also got a little tease of what actually happened to Nicholas and what Nicholas's actual story was. And Rio also mentions to Agatha, you are the only one who got the special treatment. And Agatha was like, but was it worth it? I mean, something along the same lines. And this hint was actually taken into fruition in the 9th episode, and we got to see the whole story of Nicholas, and it was really heartbreaking. It was really heartbreaking, and the thing that really made it heartbreaking was actually the good bond, the good enough bond that we were able to see between Agatha and her son Nicholas. I mean, they didn't really have a lot of time to, establish that, but whatever they did, it was pretty sweet to see. And we also got to know the reason why Agatha really transformed into this, you can say, covenantless witch, or this unforgiving witch, went into a completely different mode, and she actually made the whole story about the road and how she was able to con people, able to con other witches into believing into the road and then taking all their powers. That whole montage was beautifully executed as well. But one thing that I really didn't come to, the agreement on, that was seeing Agatha as the ghost. I mean, Agatha with that grey hair and all, feeling really old. I didn't really buy into that look. And yeah, I'm talking about the look, not her attitude, because her attitude hasn't changed, but only her look has changed, and I didn't really buy into that look. But what happened at the end was interesting and was kind of good, sweeter note to end the series, because at the end we saw that Wiccan has, or Billy, I mean, whatever you call it, but Billy hasn't really found his brother. He did manage to save him though. He did manage to give him a different life. Well, by the way, Tommy wasn't really as good as Billy, because Billy immediately went into a different body. He immediately acquired a different host to live, but Tommy wasn't able to do that, and Billy was the one who did it for Tommy. And now Billy will find Tommy with the help of Agatha, because he needs a spirit guide, and yeah, Agatha is a spirit now. But this specific end really promises a lot of new stories, a lot of new harmless stories to the characters of Billy and Agatha. But again, for what? Because whatever we're gonna see after this with these characters' story, it's majorly only around bringing Tommy back. But what else? What about Scarlet Witch? What about Scarlet Witch's solo movie? Because there have been rumors of this for a long time, that we are going to get a solo movie of Scarlet Witch. We don't know when that is going to come out in fruition, but this series, Agatha All Along, was actually the continuation of WandaVision, and it is also part of a trilogy of different series. That means first we got WandaVision, that WandaVision was connected to Agatha All Along, and now Agatha All Along is actually going to be connected to another series which is called as Vision Quest, and in which we'll see Vision. And I doubt we'll see Agatha in that, but who knows, we might see her. But I think the most likely appearance of these two characters is going to be the next Wanda movie. Well, to close out this video, if I talk about my overall thoughts about the series, I really liked it. I really liked episode number 7 pretty much, because episode number 7 really felt like episode branched out of the Loki series. So, and I absolutely loved Loki. I think it is the finest piece of television from the Marvel television. I mean, it's not a huge pool of television, but yeah, anyways, Loki tops everything. And on the other hand, I did feel like the series is a very harmless kind of a series, but it's good, yeah, it's good. It's not bad, it's not great, it's good. It's good in its own area, you can say. Was I expecting something big out of the finale? Yes, of course. Am I really disappointed of what we got from the finale? Not that much. So yeah, on a normal note. Now do tell me in the comments what were your thoughts after watching the finale of Agatha All Along, and specifically after getting that reveal that it was not Agatha all along, but instead it was Billy all along. And yeah, again, happy Diwali and happy Halloween to everyone who's celebrating. Thank you so much for watching.